On Belarusian territory were Batkeramic and Cimmerians that walked there between 5000 and 1000 BC. More often, these tribes had different origins, but they were most definitely pastoralists. In this period, were culture and okay, in this period where culture found out on this territory, as two examples are Zarubintsy culture and Dinea Perdones culture, also found on Ukraine. To mention a detail about these ancient people is they weren't first predominantly Central people. First mention about the first settled civilization were Baltics in 3rd century. Centuries further, Slavs appear and conquer territory of Baltic people. They weren't so strong, but the Slavs culture assimilated remaining people that were Baltics. Finally, everything was normal, only for a moment. Slavic had already spread to Belarusian territory, but Huns and Avars came, but Slav people resisted this occupation of these Marigatas from 400 and 600 AD. Chapter 2: The Ending of Migrators. In 9th century, Kievan Rus extended territory, being a Slavic state ruled by Rurikids. In 11th century, the ruler of Slavic state, Yaros of the Wise, died at 1054. This event made the capital of Belarus in 1067, after a bloody war from enemy Garivil. Mongols came in 13th century in Russia territory that robbed everything, but as people from Belarusian land weren't conquered by Asian race, but they integrated in the Great Duchy of Lithuania. One thing to add here is the name of the principality was the Principality of Mollusk. This integration had an effect on Belarusian people because the term of Belarusian is beginning to be mentioned on documents. As a part of this living of much more intensely, they were helped and they helped them at the Battle of Granwell in 1040, where Polish people with Belarusian were fought against the Teutonic orders. Finally, the Teutonic orders lost against Slavic race. In 1486, Ivan III tried to conquer the former lands of Kievan Rus Empire, but he failed. Chapter 3: Poland influence over Belarusian. On 2 February 1383, Kingdom of Poland emerged with the authority of Lithuanians through marrying of the Ruras. Was created in 1569 the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, happened by the Union of Lublin. When Poland came to the power, they had an effect of Polonization over Ruthenians and Lithuanians, normally, and Belarusian. The process occurred through Belarusian people, where Christian Church was the main key. Polish people tried to expand the Catholic Church in Belarus to make Orthodox people to see the Rome. A union was occurred where Christian Catholic Church and Orthodox Church united through Union of Brest in 1595. Both churches coexisted. Chapter 3: Belarus under Russian Empire. Polish Commonwealth was shared by three empires in 1795 by the Third Partition of Poland. Belarusian territory was occurred by Russian Empire under the reign of Katerina II. Assimilation of Polonization was changing with the Russification process. Russification process including the return of Orthodox Christianity Church and banning Belarusian language from schools. Maybe this is the reason why the Belarusian is not speaking so much by the people of these days from this country. Nicholas I was the main player that influenced the culture. He prohibited the Belarusian publication to add Belarus language on people who converted to Catholicism because of Poles. In 1863 was a revolt in response to the economic pressure and culture led by Castus, known also by Constantin Kalinowski. 1 year later, the revolt failed and Belarusian was used in document until 1905. During German occupation on 25 March 1918, his independence, when negotiations were finally over and Treaty of Brest-Litovsk was recognized. Belarusian people republic didn't exist much time, and they were divided by Poland and the Soviets. Afterwards, Belarusian Democratic Republic exists in exile, which is the longest government in exile from history.